gamers, welcome back to the channel, and I apologize for the lighting. This is just a quick little setup that I have, but I just got this in the mail from Aliexpress, so it's time for another multi-cart review. So this is the 101 for the SNES, and just looking at it right off the bat, you can tell it's a multi-cart. It is available in the standard gray. You can get it in green, blue, or I picked red. I always like to get different colors for my multi-carts. I'm not trying to fake that they're a real game. I do this with reproductions most of the time as well, and it's got that nice real feel, like it feels exactly like an SNES game, and it's got a nice vinyl sticker on it, and just looking at it you can see some of the games that they feature. So we have Sunset Riders, Wild Guns, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. We have Aliexpress, I'm not sure what that is or if I'm pronouncing it properly, Mortal Kombat, Top Gear, Castlevania, Dracula X, Final Fight Guy, and Knights of the Round, which is another good game I just recently played on the beat-em-ups multi-platform. You know, it came out on Xbox and PS4. So let's pop this guy in and see what's actually on it. So here is the multi-game menu 101, and it says version 1, so I will have to check in a couple of weeks if I'm interested in picking up another one, because the SNES library is, as we all know, well over 100 games. So I encourage you to pause this if you want to look at each list more in depth. There's 10 games on each page. This is probably my only real gripe. It's very monotone, the sound that's on it. It's clicking as it goes through, and you don't even have the full title. So obviously with 100 games on this cart, I can't cover everything just because this video would be way too long. So we're just going to look at a handful of games, some that are, more costly on the SNES that you actually get a good value for, and then others that are just great games. Our first sample is for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, and this is recorded right off my television screen. No Elgato capture card, I didn't mess with the audio, this is just exactly what it sounds like, and for me, I think it sounds great. So we could look at the footage all day, and that would be fine, but I thought something that I wanted to do differently would be to show you what the average eBay buy it now for an authentic cart, a loose cart, would be. So these are in Canadian prices, but if I wanted to pick this up, authentic and loose, Turtles in Time would cost me $60 right now. A favorite of mine as a child, I could only rent this because I couldn't find anywhere to buy it. It wasn't at Toys R Us, it wasn't at Consumers Distributing. Those were pretty much the two places I could get a video game when I was a kid. But Zombies Ate My Neighbors, something that I'm really happy is on this compilation, and this would run you about $30 on eBay. Now, here's one of the big ones that I want to show you guys. Plays perfectly. I just have to work on my gaming on this game again. I made it up to the first Robot Cowboy and I lost to him, but Wild Guns, $155 loose on eBay, all part of this compilation. The first game I played when I put in the compilation was Mega Man 7, one of my all-time favorite SNES games. Not too hard to find out in the wild, but it'll probably run you about $40–50 on eBay. Rockman Soccer, or over here Mega Man Soccer, would run you about $40 if you bought it loose. It plays really well, I gotta admit that I'm not a huge soccer fan, but with the power-ups, the different colors, and the different characters, I enjoyed myself. Got a little Capcom theme going on this compilation. In the retro stores this will run you between $40 and $50. On eBay it can go as high as $80, but again, another solid game. I'm really impressed by the amount of games that they put onto one cart, because this board must be jam-packed. This game runs like a dream. Now, I know the NES cart is the expensive one, but this is a huge upgrade in audio and visual quality. And I gotta admit that I thought I was just gonna record a little bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter, but I wound up beating the whole game. It's very enjoyable, pretty short, but it's fun to go through. I had to use Leo. This one I might have actually lost this fight, but oh, great game. Cost you about 25 bucks. Now remember, these are loose prices. This is RoboCop versus Terminator. You can pick it up for about $25, and I have to admit, this is the first time I played it. My first playthrough I wasn't great, but it's a pretty fun side-scroller. R-Type is a solid shooting game, R-Type 3, and this will run you about $20–25 on eBay. If it were Third Strike, then it would be over $100. I don't know why that game's so overpriced, but, you know, for a side-scroller shooter, this is, you can't do much better on the SNES. I should be able to pronounce that better, right? Knights of the Round, it'd cost you $30 if you found it on eBay. A fun little beat-em-up side-scroller. One little thing that I like about this game is you get 3 different characters, and the further you progress, their armor upgrades, so that's cool. Definitely one of the grail games for most SNES collectors, Hagani regularly goes for over $200. Very enjoyable side-scrolling, you have different magics, very Shinobi-esque, but the difficulty level is very high on this game. There's a steep learning curve. I enjoyed it, but I didn't beat it, I'm not gonna lie. I know I'm mentioning it late, about more than halfway through the clips that I'm showing you, but the speed of the games are ×2. I'm just trying to show you what they look like quickly. The best example of how the games would play would be Ninja Turtles Thrills in Time. Final Fight Guy, another one of the bigger ones on the SNES library. This is routinely going over for $170 plus. You know, it plays just like the other one, only you have the option of picking between Hagar or Guy. Death and Return of Superman run you about $50. You know, it's an okay beat 'em up, something that you don't see every day, but, you know, not too many bells and whistles in this one. An absolute gem. This is right up there with Super Ghouls and Goblins. This is Demon's Crest. Runs about $100. This game is phenomenal. The graphics and the audio still hold up. This is a must-play for any SNES enthusiast. I'm a simple man that likes simple pleasures. Captain Commando is another great beat 'em up on the SNES. About 20 bucks if you're going on eBay for it, but this game is a lot of fun, a few fun characters, you know, mindless button mashing, but you know, it gets the job done. It's really fun. Another one of the big boys for the SNES library, this is Castlevania Dracula X. Routinely goes over $200 for this game. And you know, it's inferior to Super Castlevania, which is also on this compilation. It's still nice to play this game. I'm gonna have to go through a few more times till I get used to it, but I like it. And speaking of which, Super Castlevania 4 goes for about $30 now. I think you can find it a little better in the retro stores, but you know, this is the benchmark for great Super Nintendo games. And again, like I said before, it's being filmed off my TV, so you got that weird in focus section, but overall solid, and again, it plays fantastically. So overall, I think this is a fantastic cart. Like I said, I got it at Aliexpress, but I'm sure you can order it from a multitude of different websites. I paid $13.75 with shipping, and it came in pretty quickly. It fits nicely into the Super Nintendo. The save feature works. I only tested it with Super Mario World, but the save worked fine after turning it off, taking the cartridge out, putting it back in, and it still worked fine. The audio is great. The games play really well. There's no lag. I've gone through about 40 games just to see how they all play, sound, and look, and everything has been fine, knock on wood so far. I would highly recommend this. I can't think of anything that I would want to, you know, maybe say is a con, other than, you know, I'm really nitpicking, but the label here's got a weird little line through it. But other than that, I would say that this is a buy. Check it out.